Thank you, Madam Chair and distinguished delegates. This statement is presented by Encod, a European platform of organizations and individual citizens who are affected and concerned by current drug policies and who aim to replace them with policies that are more just and effective. My name is Doug Fine. I'm a drug policy author who, as a father and as a reporter, has become convinced that the international drug war must change its focus. I should also add that today I'm replacing at the last moment Joop Omen, a longtime and respected drug policy activist whose credentials were stripped this morning. And please see Encod's press release on this. They've got copies printed out for you. Now, listening to the distinguished delegates' statements during this session, I recognize that many well-intentioned efforts continue in an effort to protect public safety. Nonetheless, according to UN's own figures, a realistic estimate for the global turnover for the total illicit drug industry amounts to somewhere around $400 billion per year. That means that every second, $12,683 changes hands worldwide through the sale of what is today illegal drugs. Since the production cost represents such a small, tiny percentage of this amount, it's obvious why the illicit drug trade is a key engine behind organized crime and widespread corruption worldwide, and why the bulk of the revenues from the illegal drug trade is not benefiting simply warlords or local drug barons in producing countries, but rather otherwise legitimate Western world financial interests. And that, in a sentence, sums up the effects of international drug policy since the 1961 convention went into effect. This is why member states like Uruguay, Portugal, and more individual US states are unilaterally changing drug policy. Individual states' legal regulation is the only way to increase public safety and reduce crime surrounding all drugs. I can tell you this from years of field research, that this is true. I must respectfully disagree with the opinion that use goes up with legalization. Multiple studies in the US after legalization and in places like Portugal relatively uniformly indicate that in fact use stays either close to the same or goes slightly down, especially in areas as a father that I'm concerned about, which is youth use rates. Anyone who studies drug policy eventually wonders who organizes organized crime. Is it the small-time criminal who benefits from the fact that commodities millions of people want to use continue to be prohibited? Or is it also those who insist, against all evidence, on the illegality of drugs and enable easy and large profits to be made by all kinds of black market entities, often using the banking system to launder money and thus attack at the very democratic roots of society? I'm speaking here for 180 seconds. In that time, the international drug trade has generated 180 times 12,683 US dollars. That's $2,283,000 US dollars. When this important UN Commission on Drugs session is over, that figure will be $9,862,300,800 US dollars. The world drug war is not working. Please, members of the Commission, be brave, be truthful. Understand that we must change strategies now. The 3 conventions on narcotic drugs must be reformed and updated to reflect both reality and better policy. The people of the world increasingly realize this. The UN must proceed along the most effective route to ending drug prohibition, namely allowing regulation by member states. Again, as a father and as a journalist who has studied drug policy from the field for the past 5 years, I can say without hesitation that this is the single most effective policy move we can take to immediately make the world a safer place. Thank you.